Dozens of protesters took to the steps of the New Haven Courthouse this morning. It's because Yale grad students arrested for protesting last week were in court today to answer charges. News 8 Ken Pierce live at the courthouse this midday with the latest. Ken.
And Keith, we're talking about the Yale grad students who sat down in the middle of 3 different downtown intersections last Thursday morning and refused to get up. They were in court today to answer the charges for doing that. And on the courthouse steps, joining them, about 100 of their fellow protesters.
I sat down at the intersection of College and Chapel.
Julia Powers is at New Haven's courthouse to answer a charge of disorderly conduct and interfering with police. She was one of several Yale grad students arrested by police for blocking traffic Thursday of last week.
We were dragged away, and I was frisked and then put in the paddy wagon and taken to jail.
Today, more protesting, not in the streets, but on the courthouse steps.
I was arrested because Yale is ignoring the crisis of sexual harassment on their campus.
It's all part of weeks of protests by grad students who also teach classes. Members of some graduate programs voted to join Unite Here Local 33.
I took an arrest to demand that Yale begin negotiations with our union.
Yale disputes the legitimacy of the vote because it only involved a few departments. The latest statement from the university reads, in part, Unite Here is the only union to attempt a controversial strategy of micro-unit organizing in a handful of academic departments. This tactic has denied over 90% of Yale doctoral students the right to vote in union elections. Yale has asked the National Labor Relations Board to review this novel strategy. The top reason grad students need to unionize is because they say 54% of women in graduate and professional schools report being sexually harassed.
That's why we need a union contract, and we need a union grievance procedure that we hope to include in that contract once Yale begins negotiations, where we can actually control the conditions under which those kinds of cases can be resolved.
Last week's protest blocked traffic at 3 downtown intersections for more than an hour on the busy moving out day for Yale. This Monday is the even busier graduation day, and the question is, will there be more protests disrupting the ceremony or traffic?
We plan to be out on Monday. We plan to continue talking out about this issue, and we'll be doing the same on Monday as well.
Now, the union hired an attorney to represent those students. They got well-known defense attorney Hugh Keefe. He tells me that all of their cases have been continued for a few weeks, and if the students complete a certain number of community service hours before then, that the charges will be completely dropped. Live outside New Haven Court, I'm Kent Pierce. Keith, back to you.